The following is a presentation of Region 11 Spring Sports on 107.7 FM and CacheValleyDaily.com. This broadcast of Region 11 Sports is brought to you by Cache Valley Daily and the Cache Valley Media Group, covering the Skyview Bobcats, Green Canyon Wolves, Logan Grizzlies, Bear River Bears, Ridgeline River Hawks, and Mountain Crest Mustangs. Now, it's time for Region 11 Sports on 107.7 FM and CacheValleyDaily.com.
Welcome back into some more Region 11 sports here on Cache Valley Daily, 107.7 KLZX and 102.1 FM, 610 AM KVNU. Excuse me, I'm Stockton Jukes, joined by Preston Rice. We're live at Mountain Crest High School tonight for senior night as the Mustangs host the Logan Grizzlies from just up the road. Preston, as we get set to see these two teams face off, both of them kind of on skids as of late, looking to finish the season on a high note. What are you looking forward to out of these two teams?
Just physicality at this point. You know, both of these teams are not coming in with the greatest of records, so that just means there's going to be a lot of passing, probably a lot of hitting, and hopefully a lot of scoring. We'll see what this is. Mountain Crest is their senior night, so hopefully they come out with the W, but I'm also looking forward to seeing the Grizzlies possibly getting their first win of the region.
Logan coming into this one at 2-14 overall, but 0-11 in region. Like you mentioned, still searching for that first region win with just 2 games to play. Mountain Crest on the other side, 7-8. They started region play at 5-0, 2-8 in region since then. And it's been a little bit tough for the Mustangs as well, but on senior night looking to end on a high note here in Hiram. Let's go ahead and take a look at our uniform check brought to you by the Logo Shop. They really can put your logo on just about anything. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations, they all trust the Logo Shop. The Grizzlies on the road going to be in their all whites with the black helmets today, and the Mountain Crest Mustangs in their all blacks with the orange letters and numbers on front. Logan's letters and numbers in maroon today. Still quite a bit of sun down there on the field as both our teams meet in the middle, and we'll decide who's going to go where to start us off. Taking a look at your score sheet for the Mustangs so far to this point in the season, it's been Tag Peterson leading the way in the back of the net with 27 goals, 7 assists, 34 points on the season, and Parker Andrews and Cam Atkinson both with 33 points apiece, 20 goals, 13 assists for Parker, and 17 goals, 16 assists for Cam. Over on the Grizzlies side of things, leading the way in the points column, that's going to be Ethan Wright, number 11, 24 goals, 8 assists for 32 points on the season. Also keep an eye on Nate McAllister, 22 goals, 3 assists for 25 points, and Austin Birch, 9 goals, 4 assists for 13 points. To center we go for our opening face-off, and we are underway our first 12 minutes of action here in Hiram. Mountain Crest comes away with a face-off win. To the far side, the Mustangs going right to left across your radio dial in this first quarter. That pass a little bit low, ground ball scooped at by Nephi Vale. Excuse me, that was Thomas Nielsen. Couldn't come away with it cleanly. It'll be out on the far side for Mountain Crest. Mustangs whistled back into play now, about the 25-yard line, 20 yards from goal, and back into the box we go. Heavy contact there against Parker Andrews. He drops the ball. Turnover created by Crew Jepson. Jepson's ball across the 50 is intercepted by Mountain Crest. Still fighting for that ground ball. Finally taken across the 50 to the near side of the field and passed off to Cam Atkinson. Atkinson just outside the box on the near side. Gets a foot in, establishes possession for Mountain Crest. Now back to Andrus up top. Atkinson near side. Just about a minute down here in Hiram. Mountain Crest back in possession. To the far side of the box now, cutting down the goal line, looking for an avenue to the near post. Great pass to the middle, and that's an opening goal for number 11, Cam King. The senior attacker puts Mountain Crest ahead 1-0, 10:43 to go in the first quarter. Only took a minute 17 seconds to get our first one.
No, good passing from from the Mustangs at that point. Keeping the defense on their toes like that, you're going to put it in every single time.
Back to the face-off dot now for Mountain Crest after that opening goal. Once again, number 11, the senior Cam King. Ball pops up into the air and some help from the near side. Mountain Crest comes away with the face-off once again. The long stick of number 40, Sawyer Nielsen, takes this into the box and drops it off to Parker Andrus. He'll head off the field. Andrus back to the point now. Looks to his left. Atkinson coming onto the field. He'll take the ball. Atkinson down towards the near side hash marks. Cuts to his left, trying to get to that post. Circles back up the field. Drops it off. King shoots again off the far side. And this will go back to the Grizzlies. There were 3 Mountain Crest Mustangs in the back of the end zone, and they gave it back to Logan. Wonder if they called that a pass.
It looked more like a shot.
That's what I thought it was. Either way, Nephi Vale now up the near side of the field, gets across the 50. That ball pops out on him. Still fighting for it now across the 40. Up into the air, Nate McAllister will recover this for Logan into the attacking zone. Logan gets a shot on, kick save at the near post. The Mustangs keep that 0 on the board for now. 9 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Mountain Crest out of the back of their defensive half.
That was a fantastic save by the goalie right there as well.
Between the pipes for Mountain Crest tonight, that looks to be number 45, Kylan Atkinson. Ball rolling now all the way to the far corner of the field for Mountain Crest. They take it in just in front of the boundary on the attacking half. It's Parker Andrus walking his way in back behind goal. 9:15 to play in the first quarter. Still 1-0 Mountain Crest as Andrus crashes toward the near post. Plenty of stick taps coming in. Good man on defense from Crew Jepson. Forces a pass up top. Now here's Atkinson. Cuts to his right. Gets around the corner, bounce shot, and a goal at the far post. 2-0 Mountain Crest. And Cameron Atkinson is on the board with 8:55 to go in the first.
It felt like the goalie thought it was going to come in a lot faster than it did. Just that nice little bounce shot right there, right on goal.
Camden Atkinson, the junior attacker. Second goal of the game for Mountain Crest. Just over 3 minutes into this one, they lead 2-0 on their home field. And a good start to senior night.
Yeah, definitely. Logan just needs to be able to hold on onto the possession. They need to start winning these faceoffs.
That one forced all the way into the Mountain Crest attacking zone. Almost to the 30, now finally kicked across, and the rest of the Mountain Crest attack can get involved. Ball's going to roll all the way to the boundary line. Good body positioning from the Mustangs, and this is going to be...
It should have been going towards it should have been the Grizzlies' ball right there, it seemed like.
It is Mountain Crest ball on the near side. They pass up the boundary for Parker Andrus, and he'll get into the box at about the 20-yard line. 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2-0 now Mountain Crest after 2 opening goals, one from Cam King, one from Cam Atkinson. Cutting off to the right now. Pass back up to the point for King. Across the top of the box for Andrus. Now down the near side hash mark, spinning in towards the middle. Not given any space by Crew Jepson.
Yeah, he is one of those defenders that you're going to have a hard time trying to get past.
Andrus again from the near side. Goes down to the goal line. And that ball comes right back to him from the near side hash marks. Thought about a shot, cuts through the middle, bounces one over the crossbar, and he got laid out after the shot. That'll stay with Mountain Crest. Good couple moves there from Parker Andrus. Almost worked himself free in the middle. Just can't get that one under the crossbar. Again, Mountain Crest from the near side. From the near side, circling in towards the box. Roberts takes a couple bumps. Dumps it off to his left for TJ Brown. Brown now charging down to the right side, gets the shot off, but it hits a body. It looked like that one off the back of Alex Moto.
Yeah, he definitely showed a little bit of a hurt right there, but you can't blame him. These lacrosse balls are very, very hard.
Good run down the far side for the long sticks of the Grizzlies. Now pass toward the middle is not taken in cleanly. Finally deflected over to Caleb Thornley, and Thornley's shot is stick saved by Kylan Atkinson. Couple good saves early on from Atkinson, but not a whole lot to do for him so far with 7 minutes left in the first quarter. High pressure up the field for the Logan Grizzlies. They cannot prevent this ball from getting across the 50. Bad pass, though, goes over the stick of Andrus. It'll be a turnover on the near side for the Grizzlies. We'll see if they can make anything out of this gift, but it's been a really slow start for Logan.
Yeah, they definitely need to be able to hold on to the ball a little bit longer to be able to hold some possession on attack to get that first goal they've been looking for.
Logan again trying to get across the 50. Bad pass gets past the stick, but it's recovered on the back end by Ethan Wright. Right to the point for McAllister. Cuts to the right side now from the near side. Shot just past the stick of Atkinson, but he missed the far post as well. It'll stay with Logan in that far corner. 6:20 to play here in the first quarter. Brought in on the far side. Pass up to the point, taken in by McAllister. 25 yards from goal, looking for the screen. No, it's a fake. McAllister trying to turn the corner, gets around one stick, pass across the box, goes through two, and it'll be chased out to the far side by Caden Nean.
Yeah.
Nean taking a couple big bumps, and then that ball rolls across the 50. It is going to be a loose ball push against Mountain Crest, though. Or no, there was no whistle. People just stopped moving,
yeah,
and Logan takes in the ball.
It's one of those things for number one with Logan, those one-handed pickups, that happens a lot of the times when you stick your stick out too far like that. It just gets hit.
Right, trying to use the screen. There is going to be a flag against Mountain Crest. I would imagine a cross-check. Passing the knee in right on the doorstep, and a great save again from Atkinson. Kylan Atkinson keeping the 0 on the board for now, but we are going to see a penalty assessed to Mountain Crest. And again, I think it's going to be cross-checking on Thomas Downing.
That or just hitting the screen too hard. I doubt that's the case, though.
Yeah, we'll see what the actual call is here as they come down to the scorer's table. It's a slash. Downing for a slash. 1 minute penalty. 5:23 to play in the first quarter. The Grizzlies going to have their first power play of the game. Need to make good use of it.
Yeah, take advantage of the one man up right there. You know you're always going to have a man open with their one man down. Take advantage of it.
Nean now on the far side of the box goes back up the wall for McAllister now at the point. Back to McAllister, back to Nean. McAllister again, and they find Ethan Wright at the point. Thought about going off to his right. Now goes in the middle. Birch absorbs a hit, turns around to his right, trying to get to the near post. Has to dump it off instead. Wright from the point. 15-yard bounce shot, and he scores through the 5-hole. Using the screen to his advantage. And I don't think Atkinson saw that one until it was almost at his knees.
Yeah, it looked like the ball bounced right about at his knees, which is going to be a very difficult shot to stop for anybody at this point.
Give the goal to Ethan Wright on the power play, and the Grizzlies convert when they need to most. It's 2-1 with 4:50 to play in the first.
I mean, it's one of those things. Take advantage, take advantage, take advantage. That's a lot of things. It's a lot of times for high school, it's difficult to take advantage of those man-down positions.
Your power play goal here on 107.7 KLZX and 102.1 FM, 610 AM KVNU is brought to you by Old Grist Mill. Have you tried the fantastic breakfast sandwiches served at the South Logan and Smithfield locations? You're going to love it. Bake fresh daily. Region 11 Lacrosse on Cache Valley Daily and streaming on YouTube. Your video experience powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. You can expect specific guidance from advisors who adhere to principles of honesty, professionalism, and integrity. Visit adamswealthadvisors.com. And it's another face-off win for Mountain Crest as they go back right to left. Andrus at the top. He's going to circle back and wait for some substitutions. Now drops it off to Cam Atkinson. Atkinson now into the box right at the point. Looks to his left for King. He'll hold on to the ball instead. Now down the far side hash mark, circles back toward the middle. Andrus to his left, finds him. Now down to the goal line. Nice jump shot just across the face of goal. Almost put that on. Was a Tag Peterson shot, and the rebound in the far corner by Mountain Crest. Back towards the goal, hidden ball trick, now passing up to the top. Cam Atkinson rolls one at goal, just missed the far post. Good idea from Atkinson, just could not put it on frame. It's taken in the back of the end zone by Peterson. Now Peterson going to circle to the far side of the net. Pass right on the doorstep. Couple good fakes there, and the shot just bounces wide again from Davis Cooper, followed out by Nephi Vale for Logan.
Yeah, it looked like he cut it on his offhand. He wanted to switch it. You got to work on both of those hands for the game of lacrosse.
Vale whips one to the 50, in and out of the stick of McAllister, and it'll be recovered by the long stick of Sawyer Nielsen. Back the other way now to the far side of the field. He is bodied over the boundary, and looks like we've got a timeout. 2-1 Mountain Crest with 3:25 to go in the first. Opening goals from Cam King and Cam Atkinson made it 2-0 Mountain Crest, and then just a couple minutes ago it was Ethan Wright on the power play to put us at a one-goal game. Region 11 Lacrosse on 107.7 KLZX and 102.1 FM, 610 AM KVNU is brought to you by Les Olson IT. What can a business technology partner do for you? All the office products you need and a great service team. Learn more at lesolson.com.
Yeah, I'm sure Mountain Crest at this point is probably just talking about tightening it up a little bit. Both teams are actually playing fairly well. Just Logan needs to have more possession when they get the ball, and Mountain Crest just needs to be able to tighten it up just here and there in certain aspects, passing-wise, loose ball-wise, and following up those shots when they do have shots on goals. But other than that, both teams are pretty much on the same level right now.
Looks like we've got a couple stick checks going on down there at midfield, checking pocket depth and all that good stuff. Preston, when you're looking at sticks as an official, what are you looking for?
You're trying to see if the ball, or you're trying to see if the pocket is legal, meaning if they're going to turn it over at a certain point, at a certain angle, it has to fall out. If it doesn't, it's a legal stick. You don't want the heads of the stick too pinched in for where the ball's never going to come out, and the length of the stick as well. Length of the stick for a short pole is going to be 3 feet, just the shaft itself with the extended of the head. The defense is going to be 6 foot with the extension of the head as well. Goalie, it can be as big and as small as you want it to be.
Looks like both sticks are okay. They took one from either side. I think they just do random stick checks.
They always do random stick checks. It's a good way of being honest with one another. On top of that, just being able to know that both teams are, not getting a more advantage of the other team type of thing.
Mustangs are going to have this just outside the box on the far side of the field, about 25, 30 yards from goal. 3:25 to play in the first quarter. Mustangs leading it 2-1 on senior night. Into the box now and down the far side. They find Cam Atkinson behind net looking for an outlet. Comes to the near side for Peterson. Up top, Andrus. Working to his right, now at the point. Just past the outstretched stick of Davis Cooper. Cooper chasing that one to the far side and recovering. Now back behind the net again. Charging toward the near side. A nice jump shot over the top from Tag Peterson. It's off the post and followed out just barely by Mountain Crest. Good hustle on the near side from the Logan defense as well.
Yeah, the one thing Mountain Crest is doing on attack that Logan isn't doing is that the man in the center is always constantly moving, making their man move. Hence as to the reasonings why they're up by 1 right now.
Pass to the point now for King. King spins back to his left. That ball pops out on him. Unfortunate break, and Austin Birch comes away with it for the Grizzlies. Gets away from one wrap check. Now Birch into the box. His pass deflected.
Great defense.
Almost taken in, but a body flies in and prevents Thornley from coming up with that ball cleanly. Birch follows his own miss into the end zone. Now using his body to create space. Thornley on the near side gets away from one.
Definitely going to be a slash to the head right there.
And then Thornley throws one over the stick of Caden Nean. You mentioned you saw something to the head there. No flags on the field, no stoppage.
No, they didn't. They picked him up.
Oh, there is a flag now that's being pocketed. It looks like they are sending a Mustang to the near side. It's going to be Cam King.
He is much taller than the opponent that he was against right there. It happens all the time with the taller opponent to a shorter opponent.
So another power play opportunity now for the Grizzlies. 1 minute unreleasable with 2:13 to play in the first. From the far side, Ethan Wright. Goes to the point for McAllister, right back to Ethan. Right down the far side for Nean. Back to Wright, back to McAllister. Still moving it around the top here is Logan. Long pass to Thornley at the near post is deflected down, almost taken in by Atkinson in the crease. But Thornley gets to it. Now pass into the middle for Austin. Birch is knocked away. still rolling on the ground, finally covered up and killed by Atkinson.
Yeah, the Mustangs are going to take advantage of that every single time. They just keep the man in the middle steady. Every time they throw it, they show it every single time, and it shows that Mountain Crest defends it every single time.
Ball recovered at midfield by Mountain Crest, and now just 10 seconds remaining on the Logan power play. The Mustangs can get back to work. Good hit, though, knocks that ball free, and it's taken in by Birch in the defensive box. Sprinting now to the near side, trying to get down the sideline, absorbs a couple big hits, and then throws one back.
Yeah.
That ball popped out of his stick, and it's going to be Mountain Crest ball, but Birch just laid out a Mustang on his way down the sideline.
Yeah, he's known to do that. Definitely going to be going into the box at this point.
I don't think he is. Officials are talking about it now.
Are they waving it? Yep.
They are going to call it now. It's an elbow.
Oh.
Grizzlies coach asking for an explanation there, but it looked like it was just the lowering of the shoulder and the extension from Birch.
On top of that, I think they thought it was out of play as well, when I don't think it was out of play.
The ball had come out of his cradle, though, and it was out of play when he made that last hit, but I think just because of the speed of play, he wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't think it was intentional, but I do think it was enough to warrant.
Yeah, it was a point.
Now the official's still talking about it down on the near sideline. 1:10 to go in the first quarter. The Grizzlies now having to kill off a penalty. Mountain Crest has their first power play of the game, brought to you by the Mountain Crest Booster Club. Thank the businesses who support the Mustangs: Karchner Homes, Eldon Dattich Towing, Little Wonders Learning Center, Cache Valley Nursery, and Big O Tires.
Still a discussion, it seems like.
And now it looks like they're asking about something on the Mustang sideline. They're saying someone on the Mountain Crest sideline collided with a player in action, but I didn't quite see that. Now they're having a discussion with someone on the Mountain Crest bench. Still some general confusion about what exactly the call is here. Austin Birch is on a knee.
You can go it both ways. It was just a hit in lacrosse, but you could also say the ball was already out and he hit afterwards, type of thing.
Birch is being pulled out of the box.
Pulled out.
So they've picked up the flag and waved it off.
They're going to call it just a collision while he had or didn't have possession of the ball at that point.
Well, I'm curious because they initially called it an elbowing.
Yes.
Which it doesn't have anything to do with a late hit. It's just an elbow.
You got to remember as well, too, some of these refs are still fairly getting used to the calling. They are in high school lacrosse at this point, and, they could be seeing something that we're not seeing as well. So, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt, but at this point, it is kind of a back-and-forth thing. You could see why the Mountain Crest coach is upset, and you could see why Logan's is kind of just sitting there just letting it happen at this point because, of course, his man's back on the field.
So cancel out that power play for the Mustangs. It looks like they're going to give this ball to the Grizzlies right at the 50, which is confusing to me because I thought that went out off Austin Birch anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think we've kind of lost the thread of what's going on at this point.
Yeah, at this point it seems that the refs are going to just say what they want and get to where it's at. The game's going to still continue.
70 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and this will be rolled into Ethan Wright. Grizzlies back on the attack, and it looks like the Mustangs have someone in the penalty area.
I think he's just sitting there. I don't think he's
It's Tag Peterson that's kneeling next to the scorer's table in that general vicinity. I wonder if he ended up getting flagged for something there.
I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, Mountain Crest only has 5 defenders down there, so this is a Logan Grizzly power play somehow. I'm very confused about that call.
Me too. At this point, I'm trying to figure out what it was. We might have to try to figure that one out later down the road tonight.
McAllister across the box. Great snag by Ethan Wright on an errant pass. Now 30 seconds remaining.
The one thing that Mountain Crest is doing fantastically right now is keeping their sticks up the entire time.
Great pass down to knee, and he just missed the post.
Hit the ref at the end, too.
And right across the face of goal and skimming across the shoulder blades of the stripes. 10 seconds left on the Logan power play. 20 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, Mountain Crest keeping those sticks up like that on a man down is perfect. Always be in the way of the passing areas.
Up top for Wright. Bounces one towards knee, and he had the sun in his eyes, and he never saw the ball. Turnover against the Grizzlies. 8 seconds left in the quarter. Tag Peterson should be out of the box now. And that is going to take us to the end of the quarter as Atkinson's just going to run this clock out in his own defensive end zone. 2-1 after one quarter. Early goals from Cam King and Cam Atkinson. Goal from Ethan Wright on a power play. Logan's 1 for 2 now on the power plays tonight. But, Preston, what are you seeing now as this thing's kind of settled down?
You're going to look at some sort of physicality at that point. You know, Logan kind of made a point right there with that little shove to the end, and then Mountain Crest is going to come out probably guns a-blazing at that point as well. At this point, both teams are pretty much evenly matched. You got Mountain Crest with great defense, but you also have Logan on the attack who's not moving as much as you would like to see at this point. But as far as both teams, we're in for a good game.
1 quarter down, 3 to go here in Hiram. You're listening to Region 11 Lacrosse on 107.7 KLZX, 102.1 FM, 610 AM KVNU, and streaming on CashValleyDaily.com. The latest news about what's going on in your community is found on Cache Valley Daily, including photo galleries and replays of local sports like tonight's game. We'll be right back from Hiram in just a minute.
Say live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations, call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today for $15 a month. Planet Fitness. Big fitness energy for all.
Welcome back into Hiram, Utah. Time to go for the second quarter of action. Mountain Crest leading it 2-1 over the Logan Grizzlies on their senior night as we get back in action. The Grizzlies have won a faceoff now to open up the second quarter, and Logan will be going right to left across your radio dial in this second quarter of action. Big scrum for the ball on the Mountain Crest half of the field just behind the 50. Gets away from the Grizzlies, and now we've got whistles. I believe this is going to be against Logan as there was a Mustang on the ground. It was Andrus, and it is going to be Mountain Crest ball.
I mean, they could change it. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Still a little confused after what happened at the end there of the first quarter as we get back underway with Andrus into the box. Now down to the right side. Ends up behind the net with Atkinson. Cam Atkinson turns the Jets on now. Pass up top just off the net, and that's a beautiful top shelf goal. Put that on the tab of number 8. I think that's Harrison Roberts.
They gave him so much time right there to have just even a slight cradle to shoot. He was able to aim it and put it right top corner. That was amazing sniper shot right there.
32 seconds into the second quarter, Mountain Crest gets their lead back to 2. Harrison Roberts, the sophomore midi, with the goal. Just the start you wanted there if you're Mountain Crest, especially fresh off a penalty kill to end that first quarter. On the Grizzlies side of things, though, it's been a really sluggish start to both quarters now. What do you do just to get some sort of momentum going, Preston?
I mean, at this point, you just need to win a face-off. You got to be able to hold the possession, and once you get that ball, you can't let it go. With Mountain Crest right now, they've got a groove, and Logan's got to get back into it themselves.
Looks like we've got a turnover out of the back end against the Mustangs.
It's that sun, once it's in your eyes, that when the ball's coming towards you and you barely even look into the sun, it's very difficult to catch.
I think the 15 yards of the field on the far side of the field from where we're at are still in the sun. That shadow of the press box hasn't quite stretched out over the whole field yet.
No.
Just shy of 7:30 local time, so it's probably going to be another 45 minutes to an hour before that sun's really gone.
Yeah.
Down the near side into the attacking zone, Nephi Vale drops this off for Ethan Wright on the fly. Wright wrapping around that far side. He's going to have to slow down and look for an outlet. Birch will come up from midfield to join the play after Vale gets back on side. Wright fakes left, spins down those far hash marks, now bounces one behind the net, and that's a bad pass. And it gets past Caleb Thornley. Yet another turnover off a pass for the Grizzlies. They've been having a hard time finding stick-to-stick passes today.
Yeah, it's been a little difficult for them.
Brought up the field on the near side. Atkinson launches that across the 50. It bounces well past its intended target. Now pass up to Neen at the 50. Neen takes a hit. That ball pops free. Andrus looking for it. Stabs at it. Can't get to it, but it's scooped up by Trevor Brady. Brady around that far side, cuts back into the middle. Nice pass right on the doorstep and a 5-hole goal for number 48, TJ Brown.
Good goal right in front of the goalie right there. 5-hole bounce shot. Perfect.
4 different goal scorers now for Mountain Crest as they lead it 4-1. Just a minute 41 seconds into this second quarter. Really starting to pull away now before halftime, and just what you want on senior night if you're Mountain Crest.
Definitely. Why not take a W for your seniors?
Back to the face-off dot we go. It looks like Logan's going to send a new face-off man. Matter of fact, it looks like they both are. Tyson Sagers, the sophomore, wins that for Mountain Crest. And now hard down the near side. But we are going to get a whistle for an offside against the Grizzlies, or maybe a timeout call.
I think it's a timeout right now.
Ethan Wright just barely kept his toes on side then. He almost got caught there at the 50, but it is a timeout. And another break in the action with 10:08 to play in the second.
Yeah, at this point, Logan just has to tighten the bolts right now. Passing hasn't been the greatest. They're not winning the man ball drills. Just a lot of things that are kind of out of place right now. As far as Mountain Crest, they're in a groove. They're going to keep it hopefully throughout the game. And if they keep it, they're going to come out with it. Logan just needs to be able to tighten it up and pass a little bit better. But, I mean, they're coming towards the end of their season. They're probably very tired as individuals right now. This game is not very easy on the body. And, they just need to get into it a little bit more.
Region 11 Lacrosse is brought to you by DD Auto and Salvage. Cache Valley is the #1 place to get the most money for junk vehicles and scrap metal. Pickup is available. Call 435-787-1204. No job is too big. Also brought to you by State Farm agent Lana Powell. Does your high school student get good grades or have a good driving record? You could save money on their auto insurance. Call 435-752-7639. 10:08 remaining now in the second quarter of action. Mountain Crest has doubled their lead in the last minute and 40 seconds. And another rip right through the 5-hole again. Off the near side, it's Davis Cooper. And we've got a 5th different goal scorer for the Mustangs.
Hey, at least it's not just one person taking the glory. Everybody has a piece of the cake.
Just 18 seconds between those last 2 goals for the Mustangs, and they've really taken control here in Hiram. Back to the dot we go. Looks like Caleb Thornley is going to step in for the Grizzlies. And a new face-off man for Mountain Crest. That's a face-off win for Chase Sagers. So they're just letting the Sagers brothers kind of swap back and forth, it looks like. Low pass is intercepted by the Grizzlies. Now a pass in front of the 50. Bit of a slip, but a good take in by Crew Jepson. And Jepson launches it launches it, across the 50. Taken off the bounce by the Mustangs. And again,
nice pass.
Logan having a really tough time passing through midfield, getting anything going basically between the 35s. Andrus now at the top of the box will wait for his attackers to join him on the field. 9:20 remaining in the second quarter. It's 5-1 Mountain Crest. 3 quick goals in the first 2 minutes of play here in the second quarter for the Mustangs. Down the near side of the box, drop behind net. Cooper over to the far side. Circling up the field now, Nielsen to his right for Andrus. Andrus cuts down the near side hash marks, gets a shot off, bounces again through the 5-hole. Tough day between the pipes for Morgan Biggs. That's the 4th time tonight in 6 different goals he's been beat between the legs.
Wow, that was a high bounce shot too. That almost seemed like it was about to go over the bar, but it just stuck in there like that.
It was nearly bar down.
Yeah.
6-1 Mountain Crest. And Andrus has his name on the score sheet. Looks like we had a helmet check there at midfield.
I was wondering
the Grizzlies
what was going on.
Yeah, the Grizzlies have someone that we don't have on the roster taking their faceoffs. I know they were dealing with a couple of late season injuries and some personnel losses that they've been trying to fill in the holes for.
Yeah, it seems that Logan has a little bit of a downfall when it comes to having anybody on the team kind of thing. They always have had the least amount of players a lot of the times when they play. Their players are nice stick check right there.
Nephi Vale all over it, knocks the stick out of the hands, but the ball is kept by the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Nice return in physicality. Pass to the doorstep, knocked down. Scrum for the ball, body goes flying, and that's going to be a flag on the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Grizzlies come away with it, though, and they'll play the delayed penalty with 8:09 to go in the second. Vale gets away from a couple different swarms. Now a second flag comes out. And some confusion, some displeasure from Harrison Roberts as he gets called for the second one, showing the official some marks on his leg. Roberts is not happy with that call. We'll see what the calls are. One was down right in front of the crease for Morgan Biggs, the other one on the other side of the 50, so these should be 2 separate penalties.
Huh.
Elbow is the
Illegal.
first one for a minute.
Oh, so it's going to be on both teams. 1 and 1.
Interesting.
One of the refs said illegal check. The other one said, I want to say slash, if I'm not mistaken, but it's been very difficult.
It was an elbow and then an illegal check.
Okay. I was going to say, it's kind of difficult to see what these refs are saying. A lot of the times they're discussing more.
Wish we could get them mic'd up. But
yeah, definitely.
That's a little above
that's above our
high school
grade.
production, yeah. 2 in the box for Mountain Crest, so they both go against the Mustangs. One's going to go against number 11, Cameron King. The other one against Harrison Roberts. I think Roberts is the one getting called for the illegal check, and then I think it's King for the elbow on the other end. But a 2-man advantage now for the next minute with 8:03 to play in the second. The Grizzlies got to get at least one here.
They got to put one in for sure.
6-1 Mountain Crest after a flurry of goals to open up the second quarter. Ethan Wright right to the point, fakes the shot, drops it off to the right side. Now pass down to the goal line, deflected off the post.
Great stop.
And the rebound is taken in. I think that might have caught a piece of the goalie as well. Now a huge hit down the near side. That is going to be an illegal hit. And some head contact as well from Nate McAllister. It may have been initiated at the helmet. Lots of unhappy voices in the crowd in front of us, too. That was not exactly subtle.
It wasn't subtle, but at the same time, he's a lot shorter. For tripping. He got it for tripping. Okay. But,
Wow, really? I'm surprised they didn't get him for the head contact.
I don't think he hit his head. He overshot it with the stick, which is a legal stick check, but you can't trip the guy while he's running.
Gotcha. I thought he glanced off the helmet when he was going over the top.
No, that's the smack you heard was him going over with the stick.
That
and
makes
hitting
more sense.
stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take away one of the advantages for the Grizzlies. It'll still be a man up, but Mountain Crest is going to go on the attack short-handed here.
I think Logan's just a very frustrated team right now. You can't blame them with the record that they have, but you can't. Oh,
really good run there from Cam Atkinson. Just couldn't get the shot off at the near post.
I was going to say, can't talk while he's getting that because that's a beautiful goal if he had that.
Atkinson goes back up to the point. Penalties almost both released now for the Mountain Crest, and they'll have a man advantage for a little over 30 seconds. Now wrapping around that far corner, couldn't get the shot off. Looked like he got the stick stuck in his glove. Back to Cam Atkinson now at the top of the box. Both men back on for Mountain Crest. They're up a man for about 20 more seconds. Far side, awkward angle shot across the face of goal. Late hit on the back end of that one. Renee Nava a little lucky to get away with that one.
Yeah.
Now back to the near side. Top cheese again. Our first multi-goal scorer is Davis Cooper. He's got his second into the top left corner with 6:43 to play in the second, and it's all Mountain Crest now.
That was a fantastic shot. Like I said, if you give him a cradle and in an angle to be able to find a spot, he had all the time in the world to shoot that one.
Another Mountain Crest power play goal brought to you by the Booster Club. Thanking the businesses who support the Mustangs: Karchner Homes, Eldon Daddage Towing, Little Wonders Learning Center, Cache Valley Nursery, and Big O Tires. .643 to play in the first half. It's 7-1 Mountain Crest. This thing was interesting after Ethan Wright's goal halfway through the first quarter. It's not so interesting at this point. Mountain Crest just trying to put up some big numbers and give their seniors something to smile about when they go to bed tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Why not put some numbers up for your seniors for their last game of the year, for at least regional year?
Top of the box now, Trevor Brady's going to run his way down the middle. Looks to his left.
Ooh.
Great reception and an excellent goal. Morgan Biggs just incredibly frustrated with his defense right now.
Yeah, they're just leaving men open at this point. They're moving too much for their defense and stuff. So, yeah, no,
I believe that was Trevor Brady on the goal. If so, that is our 7th goal scorer for Mountain Crest, and it's 8-1. With 6:15 to go in the second. It's just looking like a lot of dejected body language out there for Logan right now.
Yeah, it just seems like they're here because they need to be, but they're still playing. That's the one thing that I am enjoying seeing. There's a few guys that are still playing. They still want to be into it. They might not be getting the results that they want, but they're still pushing their way through it. So
they are going to get a break there as that pass goes over the top of the stick of Ethan Arendt. 6 minutes to go, halfway through the second quarter. Trotting up the near side. Thomas Nielsen looking for an option. Across the 50 to McAllister, off the head of his stick, but he does scoop it up off a bounce. McAllister now around one down the near side. Passes back up to Ethan Wright just outside the box. Wright going back towards the middle, cuts down the near side hash marks, whips one from distance, and a great 15-yard save.
That was a great save, definitely, because that definitely is a shot that goes in a lot of the time.
We've got whistles, though, against Mountain Crest.
I think it was
There's a flag down way behind the play,
yeah,
and it is going to be a slash.
I saw it a couple of moments ago, but I wasn't 100% sure if it was on that one, so it was definitely on that one.
I totally missed that flag on the field, but it was a slash against number 40, Sawyer Nielsen. Logan back on the power play. Quick shot from the near side, just came out of the stick a little too early. Followed out by Caleb Thornley. Logan keeps the man advantage for another 50 seconds. Up the far side, now to the point for Wright. Wright fakes a pass left, now drops it off for McAllister. Back to Wright on the far side. Back between the hash marks now, circling off to the left side. Cuts to his right, gets a shot off from 20 yards out, and another good stick save from Atkinson.
Atkinson's on fire right now.
Ethan Wright not afraid to shoot from distance. His first goal of the game, the only goal for Logan, was from about 15, 20 yards out. That ball bouncing across the 50, scooped up by Nephi Vale. Great wrap check from Andrus, frees that thing up, and Mountain Crest has it back, but we do have a whistle, and they're going to call a hold there. I thought Andrus had his stick held up, but they're going to call that against Parker.
Nice.
Great deflection by Andrus on that pass from Birch, but he can't follow it across the 50. Some frustration there as Birch comes away with it. Now underhand drop to McAllister, crashing towards the net, and another great kick save by Atkinson.
He is in a groove right now. He's very much in it.
Kylan Atkinson, the sophomore, with a couple big ones for the Grizzlies, and he's only let one in from distance through a screen.
Yeah.
Can't really blame him for that one.
No, that was definitely a tough one to stop if that was the case.
Birch from the point, 20 yards out. Finds some pressure, now wraps around the right side.
Wow.
Another stick save from Atkinson, and that bounces out to his long sticks. Nielsen to the near side.
Oof.
Gets a couple wrap checks to the midsection, and then takes a couple more to the neck. Still on the ball, Parker Andrus now on the near side. 3:45 to play in the second quarter. It's 8-1 Mountain Crest. Along the top of the box now to the far side, Cam King drops this one off. Now near side again for Andrus. Andrus cutting down to the goal line, circling back behind the net now after
kind
getting
of
a screen.
Screen right there.
Yeah, they do whistle it, and it is going to go back to Logan. He just can't step out to the side there and extend the hips on those screens.
Yeah,
as tempting as it can be.
Oh, yeah, it very much is tempting. Oh, they're catching him on a change.
Yep, big transition now for the Grizzlies. Lots of space on the far side. McAllister drops down to the goal line.
Save.
Oh, unbelievable save on the ground. Atkinson is feeling it.
Yes, he is definitely in a groove.
He's in the pocket. Ball rolls across the 50, stabbed at by a couple different sticks. Scooped into the air by the Grizzlies, but it does not fall back into a pocket. And finally, Mountain Crest comes away with it just behind midfield. Shoved out of play, though, on the near side. That ball pops out, and we've got a flag against Ethan Wright, I think, for a cross-check. That's pretty soft.
He was pushing him out in the beginning. He played till the whistle, and the ref can't get him.
He didn't see the
that
ball
one.
pop out. It popped out half a second before the hit. I think that's a really soft and unnecessary flag.
Yeah,
especially 7-goal deficit with 2:42 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Oh, well, Ethan Wright's going to be in the box. It's going to be another Mountain Crest power play. 2:40 to play in the second. Pass off to the left for Andrus, now back up top. Peterson to his right. Further along, now back to the top. Cooper looks to his left. Pass down to the goal line. Bounces away from its intended stick, but is recovered by Mountain Crest on the back end. Now up to the point for Parker Andrus. Just outside the hash marks on the far side. Down to the goal line. Crashing towards the far post. Shot just pulled inside of that far post. 2:12 to go. Mountain Crest out of the back.
Yeah, Mountain Crest is really good at the moving, passing, constantly keeping the defense on their heels, making sure that they're watching the ball, hopefully getting a man right in the middle. They've just been very good at that right now.
Atkinson moves right, down to the goal line.
Oof.
Shot off the crossbar, rebound to the far side, taken in by Peterson. Now up to the point again. Shot from King, stick save Morgan Biggs. Good save there from the freshman who has not been having a fun night in the crease so far.
No.
Minute 35 to go in the second quarter.
Nice catch.
Caden Nean on the run. Bad pass, though. He short-armed that one, and it goes out for another Logan turnover.
That's got to be frustrating right there. That pass was not where it needed and intended to be.
89 seconds to go in the second quarter, just about to halftime, and it's been all Mountain Crest in this quarter. Lots to talk about for the Grizzlies if they want to claw their way back into this one as Andrus streaks down the field and gets to the top of the box for Mountain Crest. Foot in, he establishes possession, and now he can circle back out. Clock down to about 1:05 now. Good opportunity at that far post. The pass goes wide, or excuse me, the shot goes wide again, but it's followed out.
He was just trying to go for a quick shot. You can't blame him.
Trevor Brady brings it back in, now goes to the far side. Just inside the box, about 10 yards from goal. Pass up that far side for Andrus. 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Andrus back into the box. In the middle, takes a shot from about 15 out and just missed. Almost hit that top right corner. Mountain Crest brings it back in with Brady. Over to Atkinson now, still behind net. Atkinson circling towards the far post. Picks up a couple bodies, gets the pass off. Sidearm shot just across the face of goal. And out with 34 seconds to play in the half.
Did you say sidearm shot?
Oh, I had a feeling you were going to say something about that. Old head. Brady now circling to that far post. Good hit from Nean, frees the ball up, and he gets it back for Logan. Short arms another pass, though. It's a turnover in the defensive box. Trevor Brady stabs at it. It's
nice
scooped up. Big hits from behind. Another wrap check from Nephi Vale. Frees that thing up, and now we've got whistles. This one's going to Mountain Crest on a push. Andrus, 10 seconds left in the half. Now circling the net. He needs to make that pass. Takes a big hit, and they're not going to get the shot off. There is going to be a cross-check, though, on Thomas Nielsen as time expires in the half. That one might have ridden up into the face mask of a Grizzly. And, yeah, the affected party on the far side of Mountain Crest, Parker Andrus, looks like he's grabbing at that helmet. Might have gotten twisted on him. This is going to be a 1 minute unreleasable after halftime, Preston.
Yeah, that's not something you want to go into halftime or the second quarter or second half, my apologies, with a man down by 7 at this point. Logan definitely needs to grease these wheels, tighten these lug nuts, and keep pushing forward. I know it's a hard battle, but they've been in worse before.
Time for halftime now. Your halftime break brought to you by Young Toyota and Young Honda for 100 years delivering an exceptional customer experience. Think Young, drive Young. Stockton Jukes and Preston Rice here with you in Hiram, Utah for some more Region 11 lacrosse senior night for the Mustangs, and they have taken firm control in the second. It's 8-1 Mustangs. 2 from Davis Cooper, 7 other goal scorers for Mountain Crest. We'll be right back here on 107.7 KLZX and 102.1 KVNU. Region 11 Sports brought to you by Cache Valley Daily.
The world I love, the trains I hop to be part of the wave, can't stop. Come and tell me when it's time to.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Insurance is exciting.
Are you kidding me? However, Lana Powell State Farm Insurance makes buying insurance a little less painful. Call 752-7639 for a quick quote.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
Locker 42. This is the store for Aggie fans. All your favorite apparel with an Aggie logo. Stay warm and fashionable in a cocoon blanket or a coat. Pick out a warm Aggie beanie. Choose a hat from Locker 42's wall of hats. This is the store where Aggie fans shop. Locker 42, downtown Logan.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors. The Mountain Crest Booster Club encourages you to support the sponsors that support the Mustangs. Scablin Roofing, Pool Orthodontics, Reed's Pharmacy, Airbound Gymnastics, Blue Water Construction, Mitco Landscaping, and Ridley's Market. To join the Mountain Crest Booster Club, contact the Mountain Crest Athletic Department and support the sponsors that support the Mustangs.
Find the parts and the oil you need to keep your car and equipment running its best at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts. All the best brand names. And when you need professional help, Napa can recommend a dozen Napa Car Care Centers with ASE certified technicians.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations. Call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today for $15 a month. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Insurance is exciting.
Are you kidding me? However, Lana Powell's State Farm Insurance makes buying insurance a little less painful. Call 752-7639 for a quick quote.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CashValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CashValleyDaily.com.
Locker 42 is the store for Aggie fans. All your favorite apparel with an Aggie logo. Stay warm and fashionable in a cocoon blanket or a coat. Pick out a warm Aggie beanie. Choose a hat from Locker 42's wall of hats. This is the store where Aggie fans shop. Locker 42, downtown Logan.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors. The Mountain Crest Booster Club encourages you to support the sponsors that support the Mustangs. Scablin Roofing, Pool Orthodontics, Reed's Pharmacy, Airbound Gymnastics, Blue Water Construction, Mitco Landscaping, and Ridley's Market. To join the Mountain Crest Booster Club, contact the Mountain Crest Athletic Department and support the sponsors that support the Mustangs.
Find the parts and the oil you need to keep your car and equipment running its best at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts. All the best brand names. And when you need professional help, Napa can recommend a dozen Napa Car Care Centers with ASE certified technicians.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations. Call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today for $15 a month. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Insurance is exciting.
Are you kidding me? However, Lana Powell's State Farm Insurance makes buying insurance a little less painful. Call 752-7639 for a quick quote.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CashValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CashValleyDaily.com.
Locker 42. This is the store for Aggie fans. All your favorite apparel with an Aggie logo. Stay warm and fashionable in a cocoon blanket or a coat. Pick out a warm Aggie beanie. Choose a hat from Locker 42's wall of hats. This is the store where Aggie fans shop. Locker 42, downtown Logan.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors. The Mountain Crest Booster Club encourages you to support the sponsors that support the Mustangs. Scabelin Roofing, Pool Orthodontics, Reed's Pharmacy, Airbound Gymnastics, Blue Water Construction, Midco Landscaping, and Ridley's Market. To join the Mountain Crest Booster Club, contact the Mountain Crest Athletic Department and support the sponsors that support the Mustangs.
Find the parts and the oil you need to keep your car and equipment running its best at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts. All the best brand names. And when you need professional help, Napa can recommend a dozen Napa Car Care Centers with ASE certified technicians.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations. Call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today for $15 a month. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Insurance is exciting.
Are you kidding me? However, Lana Powell State Farm Insurance makes buying insurance a little less painful. Call 752-7639 for a quick quote.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CashValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on Cache Valley Daily.
Welcome back into Hiram, Utah. Time for the second half of action between the Mountain Crest Mustangs and the Logan Grizzlies. And the Mountain Crest Mustangs will have it on the attack here to start off the quarter. Atkinson from the top of the box over to his right. Takes this again on the power play, and that's another goal for Mountain Crest. Picking up right where they left off at the end of the first half. It's now 9-1 Mustangs with 11:49 to go in the third. Preston, as we get to the end of the Young Toyota and Young Honda halftime break, it's really just been all Mustangs for the last 12 minutes and now 11 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. At this point, Mountain Crest has come out with a head full of steam. I saw them coming out of their locker room. They were very excited to get back on there. It's senior night for them. Of course, they've got the edge as it is for home field advantage. But as well, Logan has just kind of deflated. You can't get too upset with them. They're down by 8. Several different guys on that score sheet, like you said, from the Mustangs. And Logan's just kind of trying to just keep their legs moving and just not look like they're completely giving up type of thing.
This is Region 11 Lacrosse on 107.7 KLZX, 102.1 FM, 610 AM KVNU. Also streaming on CashValleyDaily.com and YouTube. Your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. And it's another face-off win for the Mustangs. Unreleasable penalty at the end of the half against Thomas Nielsen. I believe it was a cross-check that rode up into the helmet of Parker Andrus. So it's still going to be a power play for Cam Atkinson as he takes this ball coming off the bench.
Yeah, no, I mean,
now pass over to Andrus. Andrus whips one, just missing the near post. Followed out by King.
you know, silly mistakes like that at the end. You knew it wasn't intentional, but he took it on the chin, and they just got to be able to rally up a little.
Atkinson again from the point, just over the crossbar. Closest to it, Mountain Crest again. Up on the near side for Andrus. 9 seconds remaining in the power play. Nielsen up on his feet. Another shot off a body. Never made it through to Biggs, and it's taken in by Austin Birch. That's a minute now. Thomas Nielsen out of the box. Just one goal on that unreleasable power play, and Birch has taken this all the way down to the zone. Birch fires.
Wow.
Body save. Rebound, Caden Nean, and he misses off the far side. Pass up to Ethan Wright as the Grizzlies maintain possession. 10:40 to go in the third quarter. That was the best chance we've seen for Logan all day. Wright again, bounce shot deflected down across the face of goal. Now on the near side, it's McAllister. Back to Wright up top. Wright trying to move his way down the middle. Passes inside for Birch. Bounce shot and another great save by Atkinson.
You can't have those little lollipop shots like that on this goalie. He's too in a groove right now for that to be a thing.
Ball goes out on the near side. It's a turnover against Mountain Crest. It'll be Logan's ball, and they bring it back in off the near side. Easton Favero now. Down the near side hash marks across now Ethan Wright. Wright over the middle, bounce shot again, a body save by Atkinson. Deflects that out of play with 9:48 to go in the quarter. Scrap for the ball on the far side of the box. Booted now towards that back boundary, and I think that's going to be a turnover on the Grizzlies. 9:31 to play in the third quarter. Mountain Crest will take this on their defensive half. Pass into Atkinson. He'll come out of the crease. Nice pass ahead for Andrus. Andrus gets across midfield, and he'll start the attack for Mountain Crest. Into the box, establishing possession on the near side, and now he'll sit and wait. Backs out. Doesn't look like we're going to get any changes from Mountain Crest right now, so Andrus goes right at the middle of the box, takes a shot. I think that deflected off of a Grizzly. It'll be followed out by Logan on the near side.
He really wants one of those crossover shots like that, one of those highlight reel shots right there, Stockton.
Pass in for Morgan Biggs in the crease. He'll trot out now and make the pass forward for Birch. 8:50 remaining now in the third quarter. It's 9-1 Mountain Crest after a goal in the first 11 seconds of this quarter.
Nice stick check.
Great work on the defensive side of the ball by Sawyer Nielsen. Throwing bodies, throwing shoulders. They both go flying down at the 50, and a push is whistled against Mountain Crest.
He tripped.
There's been a couple soft push calls, I'll say.
Yeah, it didn't even look like there was contact. There was probably at least 2 feet in between each other, and he just tripped over his own feet.
8:20 to play now in the third quarter as Ethan Wright is backed out of the box. Now on the far side, just outside the hash marks, fakes a shot, cuts toward the middle. 20 yards out, gets a man to fall down. Andrus picks himself right back up. Pass over to McAllister now, working down the far side of the box. Fakes the pass now, makes it to Ethan Wright. Wright cuts to the right, shot across the face of goal, just misses the left side, and Ian follows it out.
He had 2 guys to beat, and he just passed them like it was nothing.
7:55 to play now in the third. Wrapping around the near side, Thornley looking for a pass up above the head of McAllister, but somehow he wrangles that one. Over to Birch. Birch fires, just missing that far post again, and it'll be followed out this time by Atkinson. The goalie getting the ball back for Mountain Crest.
He's been doing it all today, man. Stopping the goals, getting the balls back. Good on him.
Pass comes into Atkinson. He'll move off to the far side. And now this ball is pitched towards midfield, taken in by King on the run. King to the near side of the field, into the box for Mountain Crest, and he'll slow it down. Drops this off for TJ Brown. Brown to his right. Quick shot and a top shelf goal again. Davis Cooper's got his hat trick in the top left corner.
That was a nasty shot from that angle right there. Definitely a highlight reel shot for sure.
3 for number 6, and it's 10-1 Mountain Crest with 7:14 to go in the third quarter. The Mustangs giving it to Logan tonight on senior night. Mountain Crest Lacrosse, sponsored by Napa Auto Parts, the parts and oil you need to keep your car and equipment running its best, locally owned and operated from Preston to Providence. Face off this time shoved forward by Mountain Crest, almost works out in favor of Easton Needham, as he was on the dot for Mountain Crest. Now he follows that back across the 50, still getting kicked around. Finally swatted forward by Sean Awada.
They're going to call him off.
Someone got too close to the face-off a little too early. It'll be Logan ball at the top of the attacking zone. Explain that rule.
You know, it's very difficult. I was just about to say, it's kind of hard to explain that if you don't really know the game of lacrosse. There's a box that the attack and the defense have to stay in until the possession of one of the midfielders at the faceoff is a go. It's kind of like an offsides if you jump out of the box before they get possession, and that's why Logan has the ball at this point.
It's the 40 to the 40, right? Or is
Correct.
it 35 to 35? I think it's the 40 to the 40 based on that line that we've got on the near side of the field.
Yeah, it's so faint I can't see. Sometimes they're off by just a foot here and there, but in reality it should be a little bit up forward.
Great shot by Thornley, and he finally finds a window at the bottom right of the goal. Caleb Thornley has the second for the Grizzlies, and he paid the price for it. But it's 10-2. Logan finally snaps the drought with 6:21 to go in the third. Almost took them 2 full quarters to find that second goal.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got one now. Hopefully that puts some sort of fire under their butts at this point to get them going.
Thornley really got rocked after that, that shot,
He
though.
definitely got hit again.
Did not get it for free, that's for sure.
Exactly. It's going to make Logan not want to go in the middle of that crease area like that again.
Grizzly goal sponsored by Cache Valley Auto Care. Car problems, you can trust Cache Valley Auto Care for expert service backed by excellent online reviews and customer satisfaction. You can also find coupons on their website. Mountain Crest now just kind of running that ball back towards the 50. Pass off to the right side under pressure, and it's scooped up. Looks like Cooper on the far side. Fakes the pass, now lobs one to Cam Atkinson. 5:55 to play, just over halfway through the third quarter. This is Region 11 Lacrosse on 107.7 KLZX, 102.1 FM, 610 AM KVNU.
Nice stick check.
And CacheValleyDaily.com. Nephi Vale knocks it free, but the rebound is taken in. And that is a nice goal right on the doorstep from number 48, TJ Brown, his second of the game.
Nice. Yeah, no, he kind of had that rolling ball in there. Defender kind of let him open right there. Goaltender wasn't wanting it anymore, pushed out a little bit too far. Didn't have to do much, but kind of just drop it and push it a little bit.
And a really bad break for Nephi Vale, who you just pointed out made a really good stick check to free that ball up, and it just fell perfectly for Brown.
Right where it needed to be, right at the moment where it needed to be.
11-2, Mountain Crest lead is back to 9, tying their largest lead of the game. Only took 40 seconds for them to respond to that Logan goal.
Yeah, no, that was a great goal.
Back to the dot we go. Finally a face-off win for the Grizzlies. Been a while since we've said that. It's Nathan McAllister with the job. And he steps into the box for Logan. 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter as we finally have all shadows on the field. Lights are starting to turn on that far side. And the sun is not going to be an excuse for any drop passes now.
No, not even a little bit.
Austin Birch picking up pressure 40 yards from goal. Now he turns that corner on the far side, gets into the middle, gets past a second, thought about a shot, but then picks up a quadruple team. Now jumps over the top and scores, picks up a flag as well. And Austin Birch showing a little bit extra on the celebration. Some frustration coming through there for sure. It's 11-3.
Yeah, no, I mean, don't be too cocky right there. I mean, you did just take on 4 guys in front of you to get the goal, but
and scored after drawing a flag.
Exactly. So, but you got to pretend like you got to act like you've been there, my friend.
Lead cut down to 8 now for the Mustangs. It's 11-3. The Grizzlies have 2 goals now in the span of 1 minute and 18 seconds. It's a good turn if they hadn't allowed that Mountain Crest goal right in the middle.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It would have been a great momentum shifter, but you can't let them respond as fast as they were able to.
Five to play in the third quarter. Faceoff goes flying up into the air again. McAllister with a nice wrap check to keep possession from being established, and now we've got whistles. Looks like someone popped out of the box for Logan. This will be Mountain Crest ball.
That's white ball, okay. I was wondering what was the...
Yeah, it's weird. He pointed down to the Mountain Crest attacking side, but it's Logan ball.
Yeah.
It was Mountain Crest that came out of that zone. 4:50 to play now in the third quarter. McAllister working through the pressure and establishes possession for Logan. Now rolls one back to Birch. Birch across the top of the box for Ethan Wright. Picks that one off the turf. Wright directing traffic, calling for some help now as he moves over to the far side. Pass across for McAllister now to the near side of the box. Shot from 15 yards out, goes off the far post. Rebound scooped up by Wright. Fakes the pass to the middle, back to McAllister at the point. Thought about another shot, goes to his right instead. Now works down to Thornley on the goal line, back up for Favero. McAllister across for Wright. Wright back to McAllister on the near side hash marks, back to Favero. Off the head of the stick, picks it up outside the box. Down to the goal line again, Thornley. Right into the middle, was looking for Austin Birch, but put too much mustard on it, and that's a turnover.
Yeah. Some of those passes that are going in between these guys, sometimes it feels like they are anticipating somebody to hit it, and they're just not picking it up.
Mountain Crest back in possession now, about 20 yards behind midfield. 3:52 to play in the third. This is Region 11 Lacrosse on Cache Valley Daily, brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air. Starting to warm up out there. You can schedule your service calls for your AC units on their website, advancedheating-ac.com. Top of the box. Looks like we've got a new number on the field for Mountain Crest. They've got number 0, who we don't have on the roster. See if I can't get a name for that in just a minute. Couple big bumps free that ball up out of the stick of Davis Cooper as he was moving towards the near post. Cooper ends up with the ball again, wrapping around the goal to the far side of the field, passes to the top of the box. Andrus now from the far hash marks, cuts toward the middle, spins back to his right, bounce shot just misses the near post. It'll be followed out and recovered by Cam Atkinson. 2:55 to play in the third quarter. King now to the point. Off to the right for Andrus. Andrus directing traffic, now moving down towards the goal. 10 yards out, moves off to the right side, still directing traffic, trying to find some sort of pass around the crease. Instead, he's going to circle the net. Cam Atkinson, near side hash marks, finds an opening, gets through the middle. A good check from behind, keeps that stick from firing a shot off, but Nephi Vale's going to have to follow him behind the net. Then a great pass off the side netting. Right on the doorstep, Morgan Biggs closes the gap just enough. And the Mustangs go off the side netting. It's going to be Mountain Crest ball. A great hustle on that far side. Thomas Nielsen almost won that back for the Grizzlies, but just could not. Now wrapping around on the doorstep. 2 huge hits keep a shot from coming in. Pass up for Atkinson. Now to the point again, in and out of the stick. 2 minutes to play in the third. Atkinson takes the pass. Now he's moving his personnel around, looking for an opening. Wants a window in the middle. Circles back to his left, gets the shot off. Great stick save from Biggs. Minute 45 to go in the third. 11-3 Mountain Crest. Biggs pass from out in front of the crease. That goes past the stick of Birch, and it's recovered at the 50 by Andrus. Right into the box, thought about a shot. He's going to pull that back. And takes a big bump from Nielsen.
I don't think he liked that pretend shot right there. He given a little bit of whack here and there.
Cooper from the point. Trying to go right down the middle, circles back to his right, fires wide right. Great effort from Biggs, but he got beat out by half a stick length. TJ Brown across the back of the end zone. Now off to the far side, Andrus again. Toward the middle for Brady. That pass was deflected, or it would have been perfect.
Nice.
Good move by Vale down the near sideline. Spins past a second. Stutter steps, still getting away from the sticks. And finds Austin Birch at the 50. Birch to his right for McAllister. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. McAllister gets that pass right back from Thornley. And now he'll circle to the top of the box. 35 seconds to go in the third. Cuts down the right side. McAllister looking for a shot. No dice. Thornley now from the near side. Circling between the hash marks. Looking for a shot in the middle. Into the stick. And a great knockdown save from Atkinson. Bouncing pass finds Andrus on the run. 4-on-3 the other way. Pass right down to the doorstep. Shot taken early and missed wide. I think it was Carter Howe. Logan gets this one into Morgan Biggs, and Biggs will run down the clock in the third quarter. 11-3 Mountain Crest after 3 full quarters of play. Preston, give me your thoughts as we head to our final quarter of action.
Well, Mountain Crest definitely has that groove, the chemistry. You could just tell that these guys really enjoy playing the game in itself, and it could show by the scoreboard. Logan is just kind of, it almost kind of feels like they've given up a little bit. You know, it's 11-3 at this point. You can't give them too much, can't get on them a little bit too much at this point. You know, they're still playing, they're still pushing, they're still trying to get that goal, but as far as it right now, it's all Mountain Crest.
Quick break one more time here from Hiram, Utah. Stockton Jukes and Preston Rice here with you on 107.7 KLZX and 102.1 KVNU. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter of action. Mountain Crest in firm control on senior night. You're listening to Region 11 Lacrosse, brought to you by Cache Valley Daily. The latest news about what's going on in your community is found on CacheValleyDaily.com.
Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast.
Locker 42. This is the store for Aggie fans. All your favorite apparel with an Aggie logo. Stay warm and fashionable in a cocoon blanket or a coat. Pick out a warm Aggie beanie. Choose a hat from Locker 42's wall of hats. This is the store where Aggie fans shop. Locker 42, downtown Logan.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors. The Mountain Crest Booster Club encourages you to support the sponsors that support the Mustangs. Scablin Roofing, Pool Orthodontics, Reed's Pharmacy, Airbound Gymnastics, Blue Water Construction, Midco Landscaping, and Ridley's Market. To join the Mountain Crest Booster Club, contact the Mountain Crest Athletic.
Welcome back into Hiram as the Grizzlies win the opening fourth quarter faceoff. McAllister chasing this one all the way down into the attacking zone, but then it's knocked away from him just outside the box. Kicked forward to the 50. It looks like this one's going to be taken in by Brady. Trevor Brady swatting that forward after absorbing a hit. Andrus still chasing it, and finally Nephi Vale's got possession for Logan. And then it looks like a giveaway just in front of the 50. 11:30 remaining now in the fourth quarter. It's 11-3 Mountain Crest. It's been a dominant second and third quarters for the Mustangs.
For a minute there was a croquette. Is that the one that it is?
Croquet, yeah.
Croquet game right there for a minute.
Finally settled down with Andrus now as he approaches the top of that attacking zone for Mountain Crest. Game management for the entire fourth quarter is going to be the name of the game for Mountain Crest.
Oh, yeah, definitely. At this point, just pass the ball around, and if you can find a shot, take it.
Trevor Brady circling in from the near side. Picks up a triple team, and he'll have to back out, get it over to Andrus. Ooh, knocked down by Thomas Nielsen. That's a turnover generated by the Logan Long Sticks, but a bad pass gives it right back. Another pass intercepted, this time Crew Jepson. He has it knocked out of his stick, still bouncing around, and scooped up on the far side by Grayson Hansen. Back to Andrus now at the point, just inside of the box on the far side. Trevor Brady now into the middle. Great pass for the trail man, Cam King. He could not take that in cleanly, though. Had some interference to deal with.
Yeah, definitely. Logan had his number for a few seconds right there.
Wrapping around the back of the net now. Brown passes up to the point. Hansen trying to find his way through the middle. Stumbles a bit, and that ball pops out. Scooped up by Birch. He absorbs 2 different hits, and he'll run out of danger. 9:50 to play in this one. Birch spins through 3, gets tangled up in a 4th, and that ball stays in his cradle. Andrus will have to stay at the 50, but we've got a flag now, and I think a hold is going to be assessed on Andrus. Another one flies on the far side of the field.
I was just about to say, all of a sudden you see one just flying across.
We do have a running clock here in the 4th quarter. Now it's stopped at 9.5. I was going to say, I think we're just shy of the running clock rule.
They gave him a hold.
It is going to be a hold on Andrus. Is that 30 seconds or a minute?
30 seconds.
30-second power play now for the Grizzlies. They trail by 8 with 9.5 to go. I'll tell you what, it would be a miracle for Logan, but it would have to start now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. 100%.
Whistles now, and Ethan Wright will start us off on the power play on the near side. Finds McAllister at the point. Back to Wright on the near side. Right back to McAllister. Now going down to the goal line. Great snag by Cooper Nichols just to keep that alive. Ethan Wright from the near side. Back to McAllister at the point. 15 seconds off the power play. Kicked up to McAllister. Favero down to the far side for Thornley. Back to Favero. Takes a whack right as that pass comes in, and it's on the ground. Scooped up by Thornley. Penalty is released now. Mountain Crest kills off the 30 seconds effectively, and they'll get an extra defender on. Now McAllister with 8:45 to play. Down the far side hash marks, gets the shot off, and it's a great stick save. Immediate pass out of the crease, and on the run, here goes Mountain Crest in transition. 4-on-3 the other way. Great recovery there from the Logan defense. Nullifies that advantage. From the near side, just outside the box. Bounce pass up the sideline. Gets past a stick, but it's recovered by Cooper. Davis Cooper with 3 tonight for the Mustangs. Passes off to the right side. Cam Atkinson cuts right. Looking for the shot. Had it knocked out of the stick, but we've got whistles. And a violation, I believe, on Mountain Crest. Not quite sure what the call was there.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Down that far sideline, looking for Thornley. Takes a bounce and runs out of space. It'll go right back to Mountain Crest, and it's just looking like some desperation from Logan at this point.
At this point, they're just trying to hand it off to anybody who they see is open.
7:56 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. It's 11-3 Mountain Crest, and for Logan, I think it's a pretty done deal that they're not going to come back and win this one. They're going to go 0-12, and they're going to have to look to their final game of the season for that first region win. But how do you build any sort of momentum here in this 4th quarter just to give yourself a shot on Friday?
I mean, at this point, it just needs to be a goal. Even if if there's no coming back at this point, just get a goal to give yourself a little bit of happiness at this point. But Mountain Crest has definitely just been on one right now. They're taking the ball. They're able to pass it. They're able to be really good on defense. As soon as the ball drops, Mountain Crest pretty much has it right off the bat.
Something to note, actually, that this is going to be Logan's final region game. 12 region games. This is their 12th. Ethan Wright. What a shot. 15 yards out over the right shoulder and bounces past.
That was a very pretty shot. Very good goal. Definitely a highlight reel.
That'll cut the lead down to 7 with 7:09 to play. And that ends a 10-minute of no-goal streak here in Hiram. Second of the night for Ethan. Takes his season total with 2 goals per game. Takes his season total up to 26. Logan will go home for senior night Friday night, but it's not going to be a region contest. They'll be hosting Clearfield. We'll be here with you on 102.1 KVNU 610 AM. Also at 4 p.m., Logan is going to be hosting the first round of the 4A soccer playoffs. Believe that we'll have coverage for you for that one as well. I think I'm going to be spending my whole afternoon at Logan High. Great pass onto the doorstep and a goal.
We're answered right back.
That's our mystery man, number 0, or is that Davis Cooper? I can't tell. Number 0, Dane Smith. Dane Smith gets on the score sheet. 12-4 now Mountain Crest with 6:54 to play.
Mystery player got his first goal. Not any more mystery, though.
15 seconds for Mountain Crest to respond, and it really just has been all Mustangs on senior night. This is about as good as you can have it go.
Oh, definitely. Ended on a high note.
Okay, yeah, it is Dane Smith, normally listed as number 14 on the roster, but I think because Mountain Crest got these new mesh jerseys, there's been some number mix-ups. 6:54 to play here in Hiram. 12-4 Mountain Crest to lead back up to 8 now. They haven't really let Logan get any closer than that this entire second half. There's definitely been a little bit of extra fight from Logan in the back half of this game. They've gotten a couple goals to snap the scoreless streak, but still just another one where you see a lot of goals go in your own net and not a lot go in the other one, Preston.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like I said, not a lack of effort for Logan. They always seem to be going and not stopping and constantly keep acting as if the game is still on the line. But, yeah, Mountain Crest has definitely taken this one for sure.
Rough pass, though. They are going to rule that a pass. It'll go back to the Grizzlies with 6:24 to play. So Logan's going to move to 2-15. 0-12 in region is going to be their final region record. And they haven't won a game since March 14th.
That's rough.
Shot from a long stick goes flying. It looked like his stick got tangled up by Thomas Nielsen on the back end. 6:11 to go, and I think this should be Mountain Crest ball.
Yeah, no, I mean, every long pole wants a goal or wants a shot on goal as well as a goal itself, and sometimes that's what it looks like.
Top of the box, in and out of the stick. It looks like Mountain Crest got some of the younger guns on now. Andrus is going to run this down in front of the boundary and take this back in for Mountain Crest. Now halfway through the fourth quarter, wrapping this one up in Hiram. Region 11 lacrosse this evening has been brought to you by Cache Valley Daily. The latest news about what's going on in your community is found on Cache Valley Daily, including photo galleries and replays of local sports just like tonight's game. Now 5:35 to go as Biggs will take this in the crease. Pass to the far side, now running up that far sideline. The Grizzlies looking for a pass over the 50. They just launch one. Takes a couple big bounces, and it's going to roll all the way down in front of the crease, scooped up by Andrus on the run. Gets the pass back off to Atkinson, and Atkinson tries to go back to Andrus on the near side. Scooped up by Parker, now across the field and to the 50. Mustangs down the far sideline, into the box now. Long stick looking for a shot. He's going to have to back out instead. That's Thomas Downing on the ball. And Downing drops that off for Brady. He'll head back to the 50, and Andrus will join the attack. Near side, circling towards the middle, Joseph Kidman. Now back to Andrus. 15-yard shot just wide. 4:40 to go. It'll stay on the Mountain Crest side of the field. 8:33 local time, starting to get a little bit dark out there. Mountain Crest just wrapping up a huge win on senior night. And for the Mustangs, a sigh of relief. They will also snap a skid of their own after losing 5 in a row. Their last win against this Logan team on April 11th. That skid's going to come to an end. They got close, too, on Friday night. It was a heartbreaking double overtime loss at Green Canyon.
Okay, I remember hearing about that one.
It was the behind the back shot from Hayden Reeder that sealed that one.
Yeah, he got one of those the other night too. Last night.
Yeah, last night at Green Canyon when we were calling that game. That was a fun game, 10-9 Green Canyon over Ridgeline.
Definitely a fun game right there.
But for Mountain Crest as well, because of that Ridgeline loss and because of their win tonight, I believe they're going to put themselves in a tie for 5th with Ridgeline. And another one just for a punctuation mark. Looks like that's Cam King again, his second of the night. He opened the game with our first goal, 10:43 to go in the first quarter, and with 3:55 to play in the game, he's got his second. Mountain Crest lead back to 9. Face-off man for Mountain Crest going to be Easton Needham again, letting the sophomore take a couple late in this one. Needham throws that thing forward. It breaks into the attacker's zone of Mountain Crest, but still bouncing way past the defense. It'll be scooped up by Crew Jepson. Jepson to Biggs, and Biggs will take this out of the crease. 3:40 to play in Hiram. Final night of Region 11 action for the Logan Grizzlies. Looks like they're going to end their region season 0-12. No wins in region, no wins since March 14th for this Grizzly squad. For Mountain Crest, they'll break a nearly 4-week-long skid. After 5 straight losses, they'll pick up a win here on senior night. They'll move to 8-8 on the season, 3-8 in region. Always good to get to that 500 mark and maybe even get above it. Mountain Crest will head to Ridgeline on Friday night for the final game of region, and that game will determine 5th place in region. Also, that's going to be a big game for...
Wow,
that's a weird deflection on the shot, followed out by the Grizzlies. 2:53 to go, but like I said, the 4A playoff bracket will be released and revealed Saturday morning, 10 a.m., Your RPI seeding going to be coming out then. The top 8 seeds get a bye in round 1 and host round 2. 9 through 16 will host round 1. And then they'll probably have to go on the road for round 2 with the byes for the top 8 seeds. But really, for Mountain Crest, for Ridgeline, for Green Canyon, for those middle-of-the-pack teams, for Skyview in this region, Westfield and Bear River have a chance to be a top 8 and get that first-round bye.
Yes.
The other 4 teams that are still in contention, basically everyone outside of Logan, they're looking for that first-round home game at least.
Yeah.
I think for Mountain Crest, if you can beat Ridgeline and get up to 9-8 on the season, that'll do wonders for your chance to get inside the top 16. But for Ridgeline, with their season record at 5-11 now, I think they're outside that top 16.
Yeah, no, it's Mountain Crest has the better chance at this point.
So a good strong end of the regular season can spark who knows what kind of run in the UHSAA playoffs. Seeding doesn't really matter when you just need to score goals and win games.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. Do we have a goaltender change?
Looks like we do.
Yep, for Mountain Crest.
Between the pipes, it's going to be number 99, the junior Wyatt Dimmick. Grizzlies with the ball, 2:45 to play. Favero from the point goes to his left for Ethan Wright. Fresh out of a timeout, I believe it was called by Mountain Crest. Wright from the near side hash marks, lets one rip. Misses the near post.
Nice.
It'll be followed out.
Gets in there
by
and
Dimmick.
gets the ball back.
Using that goalie stick to win the ball back for the Mustangs. 2:35 to play in the game.
Which is a big misconception. It's not where the stick's at, it's where your body's at. If your body's in front of the other person, that's fine. Your stick, it's simply because a defender stick is always going to be longer than your attack stick. So that's why.
Oh,
nice
a couple
swing
good
move.
moves. And then that long
sale.
stick pops out.
Ooh.
Neen with some extra work, and then an extra hit on the back end of that one by Ryan Heaton, the senior defender. He's walked away from there by Caden Neen, and the official's just going to let him get it out here at the end of the game. 2:15 to play in the fourth quarter. McAllister from the point. Swims left, looking for a shot, followed closely. Now pass down to the goal line for Nean, off of his stick and taken in by Dimmick.
And then a good pass.
Good pass out of the crease. Down the far sideline, Downing across the 50. Pass in towards the middle, taken in by number 34, Aaron Bird. Bird off to his right for Needham. And now it's on the near side. I believe that's Davis Cooper. It is. Cooper takes a bump there. There's a whistle, and I think we might have.
Probably some words were said.
McAllister's being walked out of the crease now. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is an unsportsmanlike because that was away from the play.
Yeah.
We'll see what the call is. I don't see a flag on the field, do you?
No.
There's just a dead ball whistle. McAllister walking in towards the penalty area, and it is an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
Or did they call that interference?
I want to say that's interference.
I think it was interference right in front of the crease there on McAllister. Minute 36 to go. I believe this is just the 32nd. Mountain Crest got a chance to win this by double digits on the power play. Long shot, and there it is.
Wow.
14-4, courtesy of Camden Atkinson, and he picks up his hat trick to join Davis Cooper on the three-point step. Minute 28 to play in this one, and if it wasn't over already, it is now.
Oh, yeah. It's not to sound like that, but it's been over for a minute, but Mountain Crest has just kind of been taking their time a little bit here and there in between each goal.
Back to the faceoff dot. Probably one more time here. 88 seconds to play in Hiram. 14-4 Mountain Crest. Looks like it's going to be a 10-goal win for the Mustangs on senior night. And what a performance, too. Start to finish, wire to wire.
100%. They came out guns a-blazing. They were very hyped up. You can hear it in the way that they were playing, the way that they were even just doing their little practices over before the game started in their warm-ups. They were ready.
To the far side, Mountain Crest with possession. Minute 15 to go, and they can just pass this around the box and send us all home for the night.
I mean, even regardless of who they're playing Logan High right now. Mountain Crest and them are pretty much on the same level in certain aspects, but a win like this is just a very good momentum for them if they were going to be going into the regional playoffs at this point. It's a good win. It's a good feeling. Regardless, it's 14-4. That's a big win no matter who you're playing. So just a good momentum shifter right there for them.
40 seconds left now, crashing that far post as Andrus takes a couple bumps. Excuse me, that was Cam King. That ball pops out on him, but it's recovered by Davis Cooper. Cooper now takes a shove. Thomas Nielsen getting his frustration out late in this one. 25 seconds left. Trevor Brady gets blown up but absorbs it. Stays on his feet. Still has the ball through three. Draws the flag. Ball pops out. Now we've got whistles with 18 seconds to go. This whole place begging for a Trevor Brady goal. This will be a Mountain Crest power play with 18 seconds left. It looks like they're going to put Thomas Nielsen in the box. I think that last hit on Trevor Brady may have been too much stick.
Yeah.
They're still talking about it, though, at the 25.
I think there might be two different ones. At the same time, I know you want to discuss the play all the time, but at the same time, you got to know what you're throwing the flag for.
The other thing, too, is, and not to be dismissive, it's a 10-goal game with 18 seconds to go.
Exactly.
Let's see what the call is here as they come over to the scorer's table.
There's two.
It's an elbow for a minute, and
two
another elbow for another minute.
Yeah, two illegal checks. So,
14-4 Mountain Crest with a chance to put a 15th on the board. 18 flat seconds remaining. It's been a wonderful senior night. Why not an exclamation point here for the Mustangs? Cam Atkinson from the point. Clock down to 12. Now down to 10. They go over.
Ooh.
Shot quickly.
Right off
one
the helmet.
time from Grayson Hansen goes off a body. 6.2 seconds remaining. Mountain Crest will have one more chance. 5, 4, 3. Pass intercepted by Nephi Vale, and that will end this game as Vale just yucks it to the other end of the field. Senior night win by 10. Can't ask for much better for the Mountain Crest Mustangs. It started with goals from Cam King and Cam Atkinson. 3 minutes into this one, it ended with goals from Cam King and Cam Atkinson. 14-4 your final score here on 107.7 KLZX and 102.1 610 AM KVNU. Preston, your final thoughts tonight. Just one thing to talk about, the Napa Auto Parts best part of the game.
I mean, at this point, just Mountain Crest being able to come out just head full of steam. They wanted this game. They knew that it was their senior night, and they wanted it really badly. At this point, if you the play of the game, the Napa, did you say?
Napa Auto Parts best part of the game.
Oh, okay, yeah. Who was the gentleman who got the hat trick on Mountain Crest?
Two of them, Davis Cooper and Camden Atkinson.
You can just give it to them both at this point. I mean, for as many teams or as many players that got those goals, they got the 3 hat trick or the hat tricks right there for both of them. So I'd give it to them at this point.
A nod as well to Ethan Wright for Logan, who had 2 for the Grizzlies. Cam King, who had 2 for the Mustangs. Couple multiple goal scorers in this one, but it really was all Mustangs the whole way. Never trailed in this one. Scored a minute 17 seconds in and scored with a minute 28 to go. Really bookended this game.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, you got to give it to Mountain Crest's goalie, too, at this point. The way he was a brick wall in front of that cage today.
That's going to do it for us here in Hiram. 14-4 your final score. Mountain Crest with a big win on senior night. They move to 8-8 on the season, getting to that 500 mark right before our playoff bracket is revealed. 3-8 in region, putting themselves in a tie for 5th place with Ridgeline. They'll head to Millville on Friday night. That game will be for 5th place in region, and it'll be a big one for Mountain Crest in terms of playoff seeding. If they can get to 9-8 and up above that 500 mark, that'll do them wonders on Saturday morning.
Definitely.
Any final thoughts for us?
Just a great game all around, and had a fun time watching this game today. And also, congratulations on your 300 call, Stockton.
Thank you. Yeah. 300 live broadcast for me. That's a pretty fun number to get to. But that's going to do it for us tonight. We'll be back with you on Friday at Logan High, 4 p.m. for Logan Soccer. They host the first round of the playoffs, and then 7 p.m. that same night, the Logan Grizzlies will host the Clearfield Falcons for some lacrosse on their senior night. We'll be with you then on KVNU 102.1 FM, 610 AM. For Preston Rice, I'm Stockton Jukes. Thanking you so much for tuning in to Cache Valley Daily, 107.7 KLZX and 102.1 FM, 610 AM KVNU. Your video experience has been powered by Adams Wealth Advisors, and we look forward to seeing you later on this week.
Don't you invade my home. Best off if you hang outside. Don't come in. I'll only run and hide. Who can it be now? Who can it be now? Who can it be now?
This has been a presentation of Region 11 Spring Sports on 107.7 FM and CacheValleyDaily.com. This broadcast of Region 11 Sports has been brought to you by Cache Valley Daily and the Cache Valley Media Group, covering the Skyview Bobcats, Green Canyon Wolves, Logan Grizzlies, Bear River Bears, Ridgeline Riverhawks, and Mountain Crest Mustangs. Watch replays of previous games on CacheValleyDaily.com.